Today we remember the 4 little girls killed in the bombing of 16th Street Baptist Church. We are live with a look at this year's ceremonies.
And plus we hear from Denise Mcnair, whose sister was killed on that day in 1963. She discusses her new book titled Dear Denise.
I never heard what she sounded like or anything like that. It makes you wonder what it would have been like when I was struggling with different things.
Now on WVTM 13 News at 4.
59 years since a bomb went off at a Birmingham church, killing 4 little girls. Scenes like this, the aftermath rocking the nation.
Yeah, today the city coming together to honor the lives of Addie Mae Collins, Carol Robertson, Cynthia Wesley, and Denise Mcnair. Thank you so much for joining us here at 4 o'clock. I'm Brittany Decker.
And I'm Sherry Falk. September 15th, 1963 was like any other day until it wasn't. Founded in 1873, the congregation at 16th Street Baptist Church had been filling the pews each and every Sunday for 90 years. There was no reason to think this Sunday would be any different. And then it happened. A bomb exploding at 10:24 in the morning.
22 people were injured. 4 innocent little girls were killed that day. Again, Addie Mae Collins, Carol Robertson, Cynthia Wesley, and Denise Mcnair were getting ready for Youth Day. They would never make it home.
At the time, witnesses were reluctant to talk. The FBI had suspects but couldn't make an arrest. The charges would not be filed in the decade following the bombing. 16th Street Baptist Church would reopen in 1964. Its congregants still left to wonder who would plant a bomb at their church.
They would get that answer in the 1970s. Robert Chambliss was arrested and sentenced to life in 1977. By the 1990s, the case was reopened by the FBI. By the year 2000, 2 more men, Bobby Cherry and Thomas Blanton, were arrested and sentenced to life in prison. The 4th suspect, Herman Cash, had died in 1994. All of them were members of the Ku Klux Klan.
The city coming together on this 59th anniversary of the horrific bombing. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane joins us live outside of the church this afternoon. And Lisa, you were at the service. How would you describe it?
Well, it was somber, of course, which you would expect considering what everyone was here to remember, the horrific events of 59 years ago. But it was also very uplifting. The message was about how to find light in the darkness and hope in tragedy.
Hope says my tomorrow is going to be better than my yesterday. My future is going to be greater than my past. And where I'm going is going to be greater than where I came from.
Dr. Tony Evans from Dallas, Texas, delivered that message today, and he spoke to a packed audience. Hundreds filed into this historic church, including several buses of school children on field trips. Afterwards, those in attendance talked about what we all need to do now.
I'm hopeful that someday, Lisa, we'll get beyond symbolic and ceremonial presentations and get about the business of really genuinely loving and caring for each other, pulling together as one, dropping the color issues and getting into character issues.
Mim says it's important to remember what happened here, not just on every September 15th, but every day of the year. Church leaders also took the opportunity today to cut the ribbon, officially opening the 16th Street Parsonage right next to the church. They've spent years and more than $2 million to restore and repurpose the building that was erected in 1914. It's now a museum dedicated to 3 prominent black businessmen who helped shape Birmingham. One is Wallace Rayfield, an architect who designed the church. The museum is named in his honor. Now, Denise Mcnair was one of the 4 young girls killed here in this church 59 years ago, and 1 year after her death, her little sister Lisa was born. Now, Lisa never even met her sister, but says Denise had a profound impact on her life. Just this week, she released a book titled Dear Denise, Letters to the Sister I Never Knew. She says she wanted to tell her story and give people a look inside her family during the peak of the civil rights movement.
When I was thinking about writing my memoir, said you should write it to your sister, because your sister, you had a sister, you would be able to tell her everything. And I thought, what a wonderful way to tell my story, but I just have a conversation with her.
And that's exactly what she did. She says the book was a way to find herself and connect with a sister she never knew. And Sarah Collins Rudolph is another woman closely connected to this tragic anniversary. She's the sister of Addie Mae Collins, who died in the bombing. Sarah survived the blast but was injured that day. She says she's forced to live with what happened to her and thinks about it every single day.
I'm reminded of it every day, you know, since when I look in the mirror, I see the scars on my face and see the prosthetic, so that just make me remember what happened here